Okay, people in the YouTube world, this is going to be. Sorry for this and that. That's the lights from the ceiling. They look like little kind of nipples, but I don't really have a good. I guess I should have put a cloth down or something, but whatever. All right, I'm just going to show you my my quick setup of remote cameras. What I do for a remote. Let's just leave it at that. You can do it for hockey, not this necessarily this setup, but you have to use something else for hockey. Sorry if that's shaking. But I'll just show you what I've used for soccer. I'll show you one of the pictures. It's not a good picture. It was well underexposed, so it looks a little wonky. I'll pop that in there. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. But this is what I've used for soccer. It's generally the same. I can show you the hockey setup I use, or I used to use. I haven't done hockey in a while, but for a goal cam. But typically, what I've been using, well, typically, this is what I've been using for soccer and whatnot is a Platypod Pro base. I still have the little prongs in here that screw in. It sits on the turf and it doesn't move because these things dig in. And then I have the Platyball head here, which I got. I got all this crap a couple years ago. It's a decent little setup. State keeps it low to the ground, things like that. And then what I use typically is, again, I keep saying typically. I don't have anything else. I don't know why I keep saying this, but so what I use then is because I have a few of these and they're old and they're starting to fall apart. But for the remote setup, I use the Canon. There it is, 1DX, the first one. I never graduated to the second ones because I couldn't afford them. I have 3 of these. I bought one new years ago, like 10, 12 years ago. I decided to treat myself. And the other 2 I bought used, so don't think I got money because I don't. And these things now are kind of obsolete because everyone's with mirrorless, and I don't even think Canon would service these anymore if they broke. So I'm just riding these out to the end. But what I do then is you obviously put your camera onto your mount, whatever the mount that is. This is in this case again the Platyball and the Platypod Pro. Screws in there so you can do all that fun stuff. I'm not going to do that. You get the idea, I would hope. I don't know what this is called. This is so all right. So the camera's on the mount, and what I use for a lens for something like this. So for hockey, this has been my go-to, or soccer. I use this. I know, and I got tape on everything too. That's the other thing. I'm just whatever. This is an old Canon fisheye, 2.8, 15 millimeters fisheye. I bought this one of my first lenses. I bought it. It's got to be at least 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. All I've used this lens for is for remote work, for the goal cam, the hockey, whatever, blah blah blah. It's been a great lens. So I use that with generally this camera. And to fire all this off, what I like are I have a few of these not Platypod, that's the Platypod. Pocket Wizard plus 3s. For me, they're easy. One is used as a receiver, one's a transmitter. Transmitter I would have, generally I have in my hand, or I'll get to that in a second. And the other one's the receiver. Receiver goes to the camera with the remote. This will go in the net. So the receiver would plug into here. And again, I forget this cord. It's like a 10-pin something or another. Goes into the camera. You can put it up here to the hot shoe and connect it there. I usually just hang it down, or put it on the side of the Platypod base, something like that, whatever. And then I know this is shaking, so it's on a. Hold on, let me get it off the table a little bit there. Whoops. All right, hold on, everybody. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Let me just adjust. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. All right, something like that. So this is the receiver. This is the transmitter. You put it on. Let me turn it on. You put it on a channel, and in this case, I don't know if you can see it, but it's on channel 13. channel 13 on this, and then it'll fire off whatever you want. A lot of people on the camera that you're holding, not this one, but the camera you're holding, they'll put it on the hot shoe on that camera. So every time you take a picture with that camera, with this on the camera, it'll fire this camera. I don't do that because, again, I'm lazy. Excuse me. And I don't want 1,000 net cam photos of just nothing. I hate going. If you've watched any of these videos, I like to edit. I like having something to edit, but I also don't like to edit. I don't want to go through thousands of photos. That's not me. That's a snooze city. So what I used to do is hold it, but I found that a little cumbersome. So then I found, one time, I found this. And this is a Pocket Wizard pedal. And this, in fact, goes into the transmitter Pocket Wizard. All right. You put your little plug in there. And then you have this all hooked up to your camera. This is all, I mean, come on now, really? Jesus. All right. So this is attached to the camera, the remote camera, the net. This you have on your end with your camera. But what the beauty thing about this is that to trigger it, all you got to do is, it's like a little foot pedal. It's not like a foot pedal, it is a foot pedal. So that's a foot pedal. So you put it on the ground, I just leave this whole thing on the ground. And now, one of the problems I've had with that is it doesn't always work. And I don't think it's the Pocket Wizard pedal. I don't know what they officially call this thing. I just call it a pedal. But I think it's the user, that would be me, is the problem. Because I have big doofus feet. They're like 13 inches shoe size. And I think what I do, and sorry for the glare, but I think what I do is when something's happening, I get all excited and shit, I do this. I put my foot down and I pound it. I'm not actually clicking it. I'm like stomping on it like somebody with a problem. I won't say the word because I know that's not cool, but I think you can figure it out. So I always have a problem with it. So I don't just kind of like, there we go. I get all like that, and then at the end of the game, I'm sorry, it's shaky again, but at the end of the game, there's like 4 shots when I know I stomped on this thing about 100 times. So unfortunately, I don't think this is for me because I don't seem to have much luck with it, only because I'm a spaz on it. So lately, lately I've been, unfortunately, much to what I just got done saying, contradicting what I just said, I've been putting this on the camera that I'm holding and just dealing with the pain of having a bunch of nonsense shots. I mean, I could show you the whole. I think you get the idea. I mean, you put the lens on the camera. This goes on that. That's connected there. You turn that on. That's the transmitter. This is the receiver. Nope, sorry, receiver transmitter. Same channel, and they fire off. You can just press this, and then how I've done this thing, which again, I think it's just me being a turd. Yeah, and I'll show you a picture. I'll show you maybe 2 pictures that I've had lately. Maybe I'll show you the one. I don't know. It's okay. It's underexposed. And what you do with the lens is you focus. Let me see how I can say this. First of all, you have to put your camera on manual focus. I usually set a shutter speed of maybe around like 1200. If it's like, you don't even have to go that high. You can even go lower. Because if you think about it in hockey, what's going to happen with the fisheye is you're really only, and say the camera's in the back, well, it's not say, it will be in the back of the net. You know what? Hold on. Maybe I can give you a quick drawing of it. I don't know where a pen is. All right, you know what? Hold on. Here you go. Here you go. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. We're getting there. I'm walking around. Say this is the, oh, jeez, I'm kicking the stand. Say this is the net, the hockey net. I think they have like a little whoop-de-doo in there. And then there's like a crease for the goalie. And your camera's right there. Anything happening, the fisheye and this whole setup really only works for this area. this little area here. Anything out here, who cares? So anything in the paint or the crease, I'm screwing this up. Hold on. Let's do it again here so you can see. There's that always, there's like a little, like a butt cheek up in the back of the net. All right, and then there's the hockey crease. Here's your goal, here's your camera. Anything in here is what you want to get, and that's what you focus in on. Everything out here is going to be too far away. That's the point. So you have to you have a small window here, and so you don't really need an extremely high shutter speed right here because they're usually just jamming at the puck. They're not flying down the side along the boards or some bullshit like that. So you could put 1,000 minimal, and usually because you want depth of field here because you want to get some of this in focus. So I usually do like a 5, 6, or a 7. Usually we'll get everything here in focus, and then as you branch out here will be a little, we'll start dropping off. It'll be not in focus. So that's kind of where I set it, and how you set it is, and again, when you set your camera up, 1,000, let's just say you do 7, 5, 6, 7. ISO, all depends on the lighting. I'm always in manual. That's me. I know it probably doesn't have to be. You could do aperture priority or some. Nah, I don't do aperture priority. That don't even make sense. Anyhow, I do it manual, and I adjust the ISO. Now in a hockey rink, it's going to stay static. It's going to be the same. It's not going to change. So it's easy that way. When you do it at a soccer field, it's a little difficult, and that's why I got some shitty shots lately, because it's, you know, when the game starts at a certain time, these games that I do usually start at 6 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, you know, the sun's going down. It's darker. So you have to kind of adjust. So I try to adjust for first half, and then at halftime readjust for the second half. And I've been screwing up lately. That's why I haven't had any good shots. So that's a me, because I'm a hack. But hockey's easier because of that. So you set the ISO and all that setup, and then when you focus, what you do is, and I don't know if I can show you on here. This thing is so banged up, but you have an infinity sign right there. So what you do is you focus past to the right of infinity, and then bring it back, and then bring your point right to the beginning of that. And then what I do is I usually aim like right here, here, and out here behind the net, and I make sure the camera's reading it as being focused, like at the little beep, 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 you know, and I adjust. And if not, I adjust a little bit just to make sure. And then what you do is you flip this into manual focus. Get it off of autofocus because it won't work. So put it manual focus, you close it up. I'll show you sometime the case. There's a case, a housing for it for hockey. But in this case, for soccer, you just walk away then. Make sure you make sure you're composed, where your angles and all that fun stuff. Soccer's the same thing, even though it's a larger area. Like this is a soccer. Here's a little goalie. You have a lot of area you can put your camera in. You could, put it here and shoot that way. Put it here and shoot that way. Whatever. But you figure it out what you want to do, the area, and you hope for the best. And in either case, you just hope, because there has to be something happening in that area of the net. If it's out here, who cares? It's not going to come out right. It has to be in here. So it's like, it's not always going to work, because if there's an action around that net immediately within 5, 6 feet of your camera, it's going to be no good. Now soccer will be a little bit different, but the goalie's not going to be more than like 5, 6 feet from you for the most part. And if the ball is coming in, he's going to be diving or whatever. And that's what you want ultimately. You want to be able to see faces, maybe the goalie. Like here's the goalie. You want to see his face and the ball. There's like a ball, looks like that sort of. And the ball is just coming behind him. He's looking back, trying to save it. Or you see the person celebrating out here and the goalie on the ground and the ball here. Or in hockey, like here's the net. Here's the this is the camera's vantage point. Here's the goalie, and he's trying to make a save here. You see the puck, and maybe a person here celebrating from the other team. That kind of crap. That's what you want. You just don't want to take backs and stuff. You want the puck, the ball, or whatever, close to the net, going over the crease, whatever, hit the back of the net, some reaction of the goalie or the person shooting the puck, blah, blah, blah. I think you can get it. If you don't, ask questions. I'm here. Again, I'm a hacker. I don't have the answers. I just have my answers. I'll go back to my lens. This is a somber moment. It's a sad moment. I've used this lens for a long time. It's one of my favorite lenses. I did a soccer game a couple weeks ago, had the setup, all that fun stuff, and some smartass decided to, during practice, hit it head on, and unfortunately, we have a bit of a crisis here. The tape is for the focusing ring to keep it in place, and it's coming off, obviously, and it looks grody and grimy, whatever, because I don't want this moving at any time, so I put a piece of tape there. This piece of tape has always been there because the button for manual and autofocus is broken. So I taped it down, so it's always going to be in manual. But this particular game, somebody hit this thing head on with a soccer ball, and I had a problem. And this right here is the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. I'll show you a picture of what it was looking like on the camera. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. I'm gonna try to excuse me. I'm gonna try. I see I'm cracking up. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting very emotional here. I'm gonna try to fix this. My father was a TV repairman, and he's got an awesome set of tools, and I think I can fix this. No, that's a joke. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about. But if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But anyway, I am going to try to fix this. I'm going to try to, because I'm only going to use this. I only want to use this for these goalie stuff. And so I think it's just because it's old, it got so brittle that the housing, the plastic housing just snapped. And it's only being held on by this little ribbon thing down here. And even the screws, like I don't even know if you can see it, like where the screws go in and screw into, like right there, they look like it just got stripped right out. So I don't think any of the gizmo parts in here are broken. Well, that didn't sound good. I think it's just the the housing. So what I'm going to try to do is, excuse me. See, this is tough for me. This is tough for me to talk about. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this back into place. Not necessarily this, because it looks like there's some sort of transistor line circuitry bullshit type of thing. I don't want to get glue on those, but I'm going to try to glue it in, or lightly glue it in, and then I'm just going to get more tape and tape this thing up. And we'll see if it works. That's what it looks like. It's old. That's for sure. I was that's all bent right here. It's been through a lot. It's been through a lot with me, and yeah, I'm gonna miss it. So I'm gonna try to save it. Not that I have the money, because I don't. But I went on Facebook Marketplace to look these up, just for shits and giggles, to see what it would cost to replace it. And there are people asking like $300-400 for these things. And again, this is a lens that Canon doesn't even make anymore. And it's got to at least be, I would have said I got this maybe in 2010, maybe. It's got to at least be 20 years old. And there's some yahoos on Facebook Marketplace asking like $400 for this thing. It's incredible. I think it's overpriced, and if I had the cash, I would probably offer a lot less. But I'm going to try to save this guy, so I'll give you an update if I try to save him. But the biggest thing right now is I got to somehow fix this part, because I can't mount that. That's not going to work. I mean, obviously, if you know, I don't need to tell you that. That's not going to work. So I got to close this up somehow, make sure this never pops open again. So, and this thing is flapping in the breeze too. So, yeah, she's got some issues. She's got some issues. Sad day. Sad day. I debated whether or not to make this video just for this reason, but I figure you guys should know. You should know what's going on. Soccer. Hockey, you don't have a problem. And I'll show you that. If anyone wants to see it, just let me know. I can show you the little hockey thing. it's actually more protected in the hockey casing that it comes in. It's like a, I don't know. I guess they call it a polyurethane. There's a polyurethane. I don't even know. It's, you know, heavy plastic, whatever. But soccer, it just, like I said, it took the brunt of a shot, and it was only. And the sad thing is, it was during warm-ups too. So anyway, that's kind of the setup. What I've done and used. Unfortunately, again with a man down right there, and I know of one photo I can pull quickly to show you, kind of give you an example. Again, it wasn't the greatest photo because it's underexposed, and I had to kind of work some Lightroom magic on it to make it look halfway decent, but it looks a little shitty. But I'll throw that in there. Again, I have no shame. I can show you the good and the bad. I got no shame. I'm not one of these guys that just show you the good. I'll show you the shit too. But I'll show you that just to kind of give you an idea of what, you know, what I was going for. It's not great. It's okay, but I'll put that in right about here. It's not here. I'm just kind of saying that because I'll insert it later. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, if you look at it, it looks a little underexposed. It's a nice action shot. There's not really a lot of faces in it, but you do see, you know, they look like they're flying through the air there. And that's just an example. So, you know, do with that what you will. The hockey shots, I don't think. If I can find one, I'll throw one at the end. They're kind of in the vault. But I'll see if I can't find one of those. My kid was in a travel league for a while, and I got some. Excuse me, now I'm belching. I got some good photos of their games and stuff and whatnot. So maybe I'll pop one of those and kind of give you a shot of give you an idea of the hockey shots too. If I can find it, I'll throw that in at the end. But anyhow, that's it. I babbled long enough. 20 minutes, 21 minutes. If you need to see it again or questions, I can always go over more. Hopefully that didn't confuse you. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you know, give it a like, and that's it. And I'll give an update on this poor guy right here. I haven't had the time yet to sit down and try to work the magic to try to fix that guy. It's sad. We're gonna try to save him though. All right. Till the next. Be good.